everyone and welcome back to Flex and Flow. My name's Liv. So we're going to get started with a gentle flow style class today. So if you want to find a child's pose to begin with, so just let the knees come out a little bit wider than hip width. Just walk the hands forward, allow the chest to come down, maybe the forehead comes down towards the mat. And just take a few moments here, let the hips relax back down towards the heels. Maybe let the chest come down towards the mat. And then we're going to rise up towards a tabletop position. So keep the knees where they are. Begin to lift the chest up. We're bringing the shoulders over towards the wrist. And then send the hips back down towards the heels. Come back to child's pose. Good. Use the breath as we inhale, lift back up towards that tabletop position. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. And then on the exhale, draw the hips back down towards the heels. Good. Let's take 3 like that. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale to rise. Take an exhale as we lower. One more. Inhale, rise it back. And then exhale, come back to that child's pose, then hold it there for another few breaths. Again, maybe allowing the chest to come down, maybe the forehead comes to stillness on the mat. Just take a few steady breaths in and out through the nose. And then let's begin to walk both hands out towards the right side of the mat. When we get there, maybe the left hand rests on top of the right and then just sink the chest in towards the floor. So feel that side stretch through the left side. Nice and steady with the breath in and out through the nose. And then let's walk the hands out towards the left side of the mat. Again, this time maybe the right hand comes to rest on top of the left and sink the chest down. Feel that side stretch through the right side. And then bring the hands back towards the middle. From here, we're going to come up towards the tabletop. This time just squaring off the knees to make sure the hips are over the knees and the shoulders are over the wrists. We're going to work through our cat-cow with the breath. So on the next inhale, draw the belly button down towards the mat. Tilt the sit bones to the sky. Lift the gaze up to the top of the mat. As we exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Bring the chin towards the chest. Feel space between the shoulder blades. Good. With the breath. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Good. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Good. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last time. Inhale, lift the gaze. And then exhale, come back to that cat pose and then hold it there. Really tuck the tailbone under, find space between the shoulder blades. Feel that stretch across the whole of the back. And then come back down towards tabletop. From here, we're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips, rise it to our first downward facing dog. So our upside down V-shaped position. Press the heels in towards the mat. Press the chest towards the thighs and then add in any movement that you need here. Maybe a pedal out with the knees. So bending one knee and then the other. Maybe a nod or a shake of the head. Just gradually beginning to send one heel down and then the other. Opening up through the backs of the legs, warming up the spine. And then let's begin to walk the feet up towards the hands, little steps forwards. And when we get there, we'll take a deep forward fold. Keep as much of a bend in the knees as you need. Let the hands come down towards the mat. Maybe they find the floor, maybe not. Allow the chest to come over the thighs. And then hold it there, maybe finding stillness or maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Maybe bringing the hands up to a ragdoll position, so opposite hand to opposite elbow. Use the weight of the chest to pull the body forwards. And then lower the hands back down, begin to rise it back to stand. Restack through the spine, curling through the back. The head's the last thing to lift. And then take an inhale as both hands rise up above the head. As we exhale, fold it forwards, bring the hands back through heart center, bring the hands down towards the mat. Good. From here, we're going to send the left foot towards the back of the mat. The ball of the foot finds the floor. And then carefully lower that left knee down onto the mat and untuck the toes, find a low lunge. Good. Take a moment here, maybe taking a rock from side to side. Squeeze that left bum muscle, let the right knee come over the toes, finding that length through the front of the left hip. Good. And then begin to power the right foot in towards the mat. Both hands are going to rise up above the head. Keep squeezing that left bum muscle, find that low lunge. Good. Hold it there. If this feels a little bit tricky with the balance, you can keep the hands down on towards the mat. And then we're all going to lower the hands back down, frame the right foot. Shift the weight back. We're going to step the right leg backwards. It's going to lift up behind the body in a bird dog position. So we want the weight equal between the hands. The right kneecap is shining down towards the mat. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. The gaze is down in between the hands. Hold it there. Feel that length through that right leg. Option to stay here, option to lift the left hand away as well, maybe bringing it in line with the left shoulder, but keep the gaze looking down. Good, hold it there. Remember, we can keep that left hand down if we need to. From here, we're going to lower the left hand back down, then the ball of the right foot's going to find the mat. We're going to open the left foot out. As we twist the right heel onto the mat, the right hand lifts, find a half side plank. Good, hold it there. So really bring this left foot out wide, it'll help the balance. Can we turn the head to look up towards that right hand, squeeze the bum muscles, draw the rib cage in. So option to hold it here, or maybe we can bring that right foot away from the mat to test the balance a little bit further. Keep looking up towards that right hand. Hold it. Good. As we come out of it, we're going to lower the right foot back down if it's lifted. Twist to bring the right hand back down, come back towards that tabletop position. From here, begin to tuck the toes, lift the hips, move back to our downward facing dog. Press the heels in towards the mat, press the chest towards the thighs, tilt the sit bones up towards the sky. We'll take another few rounds of breath here. Again, maybe adding in any movement that you need. Maybe another pedal out of the knees, or maybe it feels better to find stillness this time. And then let's begin to walk the feet back towards the hands, little steps forwards. Take that deep fold when we get there. Remember, you can bend the knees as much as we need to allow the chest to come down. Maybe staying in stillness here, or maybe taking a gentle rock from side to side. Again, option to bring the hands into that ragdoll position. Use the weight of the chest to pull the body forwards. And then bring the hands back down onto the mat. We're going to rise it up to stand. Restack the spine. Good. Take a breath in as the hands rise. Exhale, deep fold. Bring the hands through heart center. From here, we're going to step the right leg backwards this time. Come up onto the fingertips and then carefully lower that right knee down and untuck the toes. Good. Squeeze the right bum muscle. Send this left knee over the left toes. Maybe taking a gentle rock from side to side. So as we squeeze that right bum muscle, it'll help to lengthen the front of the right hip. Good. Maybe keeping the hands here, or maybe power down through this left foot as the hands rise up above the head. Keep the weight shifting forwards over the left foot. Hold it there. Good. And then carefully lower the hands back down, framing the front foot. Send the left foot backwards, lift it up behind the body in that bird dog position. So again, the weight's equal between the hands. The gaze is looking in between the hands. Draw the belly button up towards the spine. Keep the hips square so that left kneecap shines down towards the mat. Option to stay here. Option to lift the right hand away as well, bringing it in line with the shoulder. but keep the gaze down so we've got that length through the back of the neck. Good, then begin to lower the right hand back down if it's lifted. Lower the left foot so the ball of the foot finds the mat. Open the right foot out, then twist the left heel as the left hand lifts, coming up to that half side plank. Good, squeeze the bum muscles, draw the rib cage in. Can we look up towards that left hand? Option to stay here, option to lift the left foot away, maybe bringing it in line with the hip. Keep looking up towards that left hand. As we come out of it, lower the left foot back down, twist as the left hand comes back down onto the mat. Find tabletop position. Then begin to tuck the toes and lift the hips. Come back to that downward facing dog. Good, press the heels in towards the mat, tilt the sit bones to the sky, press the chest towards the thigh. Good, begin to walk the feet back up to the hands. Little steps. Begin to rise it to stand. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold it forwards. Good, send the left foot back this time. The ball of the foot finds the mat. Then we're going to carefully lower the left knee down and untuck the toes. So we come back to that low lunge. This time we're going to shift the weight backwards as we straighten this front leg, finding a half split. So can we flex that right foot, draw the chest down. So you can bring the hands in as close to the body as you need to here. If we keep them extended, it'll be a little bit harder to find that length through the back of the leg. Good, we're going to move through. So as we inhale, shift back to that low lunge. Exhale, move back to half split. 2 more like that, shift it forwards. Remember, you can use the hands if you need to. Send it back. 1 more low lunge. Send it back, half split, hold it there. Can we draw the chest down a little bit further? Maybe squeezing that right kneecap up the thigh so we're active at the front of the leg. And then let's shift it back to that low lunge. This time we're going to tuck the toes of the back foot under, lift the left knee away. So we're coming up to a runner's lunge. So we're on the fingertips. So if you need to here, you can bring in a couple of blocks underneath the hands, just to stay a little bit more lifted if the hip needs it. So that the hands are either on the mat or on the blocks. Good, from here we're going to walk the hands towards the top of the mat. They can still be under the blocks if they need to. We're going to cross the back leg around the back of the right leg, slot it in and draw the chest forwards. So try and keep the knees straight if we can. It's quite a deep hip opener. Again, you can use the hands on blocks if you need to, if it'll allow the legs to stay straight. Hold it there, look down in between the hands. Good, steady the breath, in and out through the nose. From here, we're going to bend the right knee, lift the left foot away from the mat, squeeze the heel in towards the bum. Keep the leg crossed around the back of the right leg. This is a Shiva squat. The hands are staying down on the mat. Keep the gaze looking in between the hands. Good, we might still be on blocks here. From here, we're going to take a big step back with the left leg. The ball of the foot finds the mat. And then carefully lower the left knee down and untuck the toes, come back to that low lunge. Good, begin to shift the weight back, lift the right leg around, at the back of the body, come back to that bird dog position that we did earlier. So the weight's equal between the hands, the gaze is looking down. Option to lift the left hand away as well, bring it in line with the shoulder. Hold it there. Good, we're going to open out to that half side plank, so lower the left hand down. So we can either lower the ball of the foot down like we did last time and then open it out, or we can keep that right leg lifted, open the left foot, then lift the right hand away and open the hips. Look up to that right hand, find the half side plank. Hold it there. Can we look up to that right hand? Good. As we come out of it, option to lower the right foot down first, or maybe keep it lifted as we come back to that bird dog position. So bring that right leg back around, the kneecap shining down, and then begin to draw the knee back to tabletop. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Move back to downward facing dog. Good. Hold it there. then begin to walk the feet up towards the hands, little steps. Deep fold. Rise it up to stand. Take an inhale as the hands rise. Exhale, fold it forwards. Good. From here, the right leg's going back. Lower the right knee down and untuck the toes. Low lunge, squeeze the right bum muscle. Good. Shift the weight back, straighten that left leg, find that half split. Good. So the hands can come back if they need to, or keep them a little bit stretched out. Maybe squeezing this left kneecap up the thigh. Let's add some movement. Inhale as we bring it forwards, low lunge. Exhale, half split. 3 more, bring it forwards, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Good, 2 more, bring it forwards. Send it back. Last time, bring it forwards. Send it back, then hold it there. Draw the chest forwards. Maybe flexing that left foot, squeeze the left kneecap up the thigh. Draw the chest forwards. And then begin to shift the weight back over this left foot. Tuck the toes of the back foot under, lift the right knee away. Runner's lunge. We're up on the fingertips. Remember, we can pop blocks underneath the hands here if we need to. From here, we're going to step the right leg around the back of the left leg. Draw the chest forwards. The hands are up at the top of the mat. Hold it there. Trying to keep the legs straight if we can. Feel that opening at the outer edge of the hip. Cross-legged fold. Good. Begin to bend the left knee. Draw the right heel up towards the bum. Keep it crossed around the back of this left leg. Keep the gaze looking down in between the hands. Hold it there. Good. Then let's take a big step back with the right leg. High lunge. Then carefully lower the right knee down. Untuck the toes. Send the left foot back. Lift it up behind the body. Find that bird dog position. Keep the weight equal between the hands. Good. Can we lift the right hand away as well? Bring it in line with the shoulder. Keep the gaze looking down. Hold it there. Good. We're going to open it back out to half side plank. So lower this right hand down. Again, option to keep the leg lifted or use the ball of the foot to help. We're going to open the right foot. Twist the hips as the left hand lifts up towards the sky. Maybe looking up towards that left hand. Squeeze the bum muscles, draw the rib cage in. Hold it. Good. And as we come back down, can we keep the leg lifted? Twist the hips back towards the mat. And then draw that left knee back in towards tabletop. Open the knees a little bit wider, send the hips back, walk the hands forwards, take child's pose. And then just take a few steady breaths here. In and out through the nose. And then begin to lift the chest back up. We'll lower the bum down onto the mat. Swing the legs out in front. Draw the knees together, squeeze the kneecaps in towards the mat. Rise the hands and then fold forwards. Bring the hands down onto the shins or the ankles. Use the arms to pull the chest forwards. Feel that stretch down the backs of the legs. And then begin to rise it back up. Good. From here, we'll cross the legs. Take an inhale, rise both hands up above the head. As we exhale, lower the left hand down, reach up and over with the right. Find a side stretch through this right side. Keep both sit bones equally rooted down towards the mat. And then lift back up. Opposite side, reach up and over, look down towards the underneath hand. Feel that side stretch. And then rise it back up. Carefully lower the hands down and we'll finish there. Thank you for joining me in today's flow. I'll see you soon.